What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode for the men in Uncaged. If you don't know, this channel is all about this journey to the top 1%. And how do we get there? It's by becoming 1% better daily. And so one of the things I want to talk about, it's a heavy hitter. It's like immediately on my chest. We just got off of the free monthly roundtable call, as well as we had so much steam and momentum to discuss what had happened in the last 30 days from the free roundtable call for the men in the free group to this one, right? 30-day difference, drastic difference. And what I mean by that is last call, we had one guy from the free group show up. There's like 25 guys on the call, one guy from the free group. So we decided to take the entire 1 hour and pour into this one guy. And I want to talk about showing up and opening your fucking mouth. A closed mouth goes unfed. Learning how to admit your mistakes and where you're at and be modest, be able to be transparent, and to literally be coachable. Like, there's some people in this world that want to be the most successful people in the room. There's some that want to be the least successful in the room. So there's people that want to have the most amount of money in the room. There's some people that want to be the poorest person in the room. I want to be the most coachable person in the room. And this guy did that. Shout out Chad. Chad showed up and told us this entire story about how he had spent 6 years in prison, just got out 10 months ago. Now, 30 days later, he's coming up on his 1 year anniversary of being out and completely turning his life around. Part of his story was substance abuse, and one of our other members could relate to that. And so as this guy is just learning that it's okay to talk about what he's been through and the journey that he's been on and the lessons that he's learned, it was wild to see what I'll get to here in a second come to fruition right in front of our eyes. But anyways, we're going through this process, and the guy, here is someone that otherwise wouldn't have anything to offer the group. He doesn't have a service that is nationwide or worldwide offering. He is building a mobile mechanics business in bumfuck nowhere, Arkansas, right? Like, this is someone that doesn't really have anything to offer anyone that's in the group, unless you're immediately local to his area. That's it. So what does he have to gain from the group? He's not here to pitch anyone. He's not here to try and sell anyone anything. Like, he's just here to learn to grow. But because he showed up and happened to be, this is the first time that has ever happened. I think this is a God thing. He was the only person on the call out of 25 dudes that was not in the VIP group, which is also a testament that we'll talk about in a second on why these VIP guys, even though they pay to have their own calls weekly, still show up for the free monthly call because it's that important. But anyways, he showed up, one, and we decided to spend the entire hour pouring into him, giving back to him, helping him reach his goals. And throughout that process, we're on the call. I sent a DM to Dave McDyer, one of our VIP members who's a massive Snap-on franchise owner, multi-million year producer. I sent him a text. Hey, bro, you got to get on this call. Dude dropped everything. He didn't know any context. Hey, man, we're on a call. I need you to hop on. Here's the link. Drops everything he's doing, gets on the call. Spends the next 25, 30 minutes teaching Chad how to properly purchase the tools that he needs, assets, to be bought into his business. Paul Childers also actually helped show him ways on utilizing business credit instead of personal credit to leverage these assets that also are profit producing for this business. Just pouring in. But again, because he showed up and because he put his pride aside and admitted his fuck ups with methamphetamines, one of the other guys on the call, shout out Julian, got moved by it. A previous experience with the substance, a previous hero's journey on overcoming that, beating that addiction, turning their life around, and now becoming successful, both as a husband, a father, and a business owner, wanting to pour back into someone else that's been down that road. Tears in his fucking eyes, making everyone on the fucking call cry. Was like, hey, bro, what's your address? I'm going to send you ABC tools. It was like $3,000 worth of tools. Motherfucker just sent them to him for free. Not only that, a couple of those tools were Snap-ons. A few needed maybe some battery packs. Dave went out of his way, threw in those battery packs, sent some more tools and some more swag. So this dude showed up, having just been invited by another one of our VIP members, shout out Jerry, at a family outing, in conversation. Hey, bro, like, you need this group. Just join the free group. That's all. Like, it's attractive marketing what we look at. You know, it's been a beautiful ride for me to be involved in the onboarding calls with all these members and hearing how they've heard about Uncaged and what brought them to the VIP program, and to hear them shout out other VIP members and say, man, like, I've known them forever, but there's something different about them now. They've got a spark in them. They've got a passion. Everything they're doing has a purpose. They're on a mission. They have a clear vision ahead. I want that. I've seen them transform, and I want a piece of it. And it's just been really awesome to see the VIP members go out there in the world and be examples, Jerry being one of those. And this guy was like, dude, what are you doing? Jerry's like, dude, here's the free group. Just get your feet wet. Just see that these guys are real. And this dude hadn't even been in a month, I don't believe. Raised his hand and said, hey man, I want a link to the free group call that y'all do every month. How do I get access to it? And he showed up. Not only did he show up, he opened his fucking mouth. He was honest. He was transparent. He was vulnerable. And this led to us being able to spend over an hour. We went over timeline, pouring into him, helping him as best as we could navigate some little uncharted waters for him and give him a clear path into the future. Not only that, the literal tools to be able to do so. And this is not normal. There's always, and again, it's a testament to the quality of the community that we've created, where even the VIP members who get these calls every Tuesday still show up on the first Thursday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern to be on these free calls, because it still impacts them so greatly. And they understand that none of us are better than all of us. None of us are smarter than all of us. None of us are more connected than all of us. It takes the entire ecosystem to come together as a single unit and operate with efficiency and operate on a mission and operate with integrity, that shit like this actually happens. And then you fast forward to 30 days later, we just got off the call, and we had members asking about the mobile mechanic guy. What's life like for you? What have you done to actually implement some of the fucking information you got given last week? And then you move to this one, and it was our largest one yet, with 45 members on the call. A percentage free, the majority VIP members yet again, but it was cool to see 10, 15 guys from the free group show up and ask questions, which allowed us to have a very honest roundtable call about real fucking things. There was literally connections being made in the DMs, live on the call, people needing help with this, people needing references to specific books to help with very particular, problems and solutions that they are facing. And being a part of this and watching this stuff happen in literal lifetime is such a game changer. Even myself, to just sit back and watch and listen and hear how these guys come together and get so real, and to step into real leadership roles. But it's because they're seeing the power of communities like this that it really does garnish an environment where men are open to discussing things that they need help with, and realizing that no matter what it is, there is someone in the group that's been through it, is going through it, or will go through it. And as I said on the call earlier, In fact, I don't ever do this, but I'm actually going to post. I say I don't ever do this. We originally did this, and then we stopped doing it. But this one, something tells me that I need to take this video from the free group call that we just had and post it in the group for other people to see, because you can't tell someone what goes on in this group. Not that it's like some secret. It's just like you literally can't put into words what truly happens in these men's lives when they start to pull their guard down, when they let those walls crumble, and they let people in who actually care about helping. There's no pitches. There's not a bunch of selling. It's guys just genuinely wanting to help see someone else progress down life. Because part of the thing that we discussed last night or earlier tonight, is that the successes are great. And yes, it's cool to boast about your successes and the things that you've learned and what you've overcome. 100% here to support you in sharing those wins. But more people can relate to your losses, quote unquote, than your successes. And so when you start to look at that and start to understand some of this foundational, like, personal development thought processes, is that there's nothing to be afraid of on admitting that you need help, on admitting some of the stuff that you've learned to overcome. Because the coolest thing about having a community of guys like this, like I said, that have either been through it, are going through it, or will go through it, is maybe we're not able to help tell you what the solution to your problem is, but we can tell you the things that we tried that didn't work, to hopefully help buy you that difference in time and attempts that you make to overcome this situation. I would much rather spend my time sitting here and telling someone, hey man, like, I tried this. I promise you it's not the road you want to go down. I promise you this route isn't the one for you. I'll tell you what I did to overcome whatever that specific situation was. It may not work for you. This is, anti-guru club. Like, this is what none of us think that we have it all figured out. We've done some stuff that has worked out for us, and we'll tell you exactly how we did it, and it may or may not work for you. I hope it does, but even if it just points you in the right direction so that you can think for yourself and learn how to pivot and figure out your way, then that's great. You're now buying back that allotment of time that it took us to fail through. You get to fail faster because of the information that you've been given. And that's what's really awesome on these calls, because while there's never really been a story that I've heard, and I've heard some fucked up stories, that there hasn't been someone else in the group now that I've been able to give that information to and say, hey, you've got to go talk to each other. This guy has things that can help you. Even if it's just to sit there and fucking listen and understand, like, that there's someone else out in this world that's been through what I've gone through, and they're okay. They fucking made it. They got out of that deep, dark hole. Because when you're in that deep, dark hole, it feels like there's no one else that could ever relate to you. I understand. I've been there, gone through that, got that t-shirt, and now I'm on a mission to help as many fucking men get out of those dark holes as quickly as they can. Because that's what's awesome about watching this group grow and expand the way that we're doing. I don't want to timestamp this video as always, but we're approaching the end of the year, and we have a very audacious end of year goal, and we're 79 members away from hitting that goal. And a part of that audacious, just pressure was, not only was it a super huge audacious goal to lock in 100 new members, but we also kicked out 30 inactive members. For us, it's about the quality of the men in the group. It's not this quantity. Yes, obviously we're growing. We grow daily. It's a beautiful thing to watch as this wildfire just explodes. But part of that is protecting the quality of the group itself, because that's truly where the power comes from. And, not to say that you're only as strong as your weakest link, because there's some stuff that I don't want to really unpack on this call about kind of that phrasing, but also just understanding where that loyalty is, because we've had guys come in that have literally tried to quit within 30 days because they literally, their lifed. The thing about having so many members in so many different walks of life and so many different industries is that you can never control the chaos that the world produces. At some point, at any time frame, there's an industry or a person struggling with something in their life, personally or professionally, that they can't help and isn't necessarily their fault. So anyways, we've had members like come in and join and then fucking do. They've had every reason to drop out and quit and give up. But the band of brothers came together and said, no, bro, we got you. Like, we're not a group to cut those members and legs out from under them when they need us the most. We've rallied together. We've supported each other. We've proven loyalty to the community. And it's been incredible to watch the community turn back and give back to the members in such a way that just, there's no way to put it in words. You have to experience it for yourself. You have to see it, and there's nothing that anyone can say. There's no amount of podcasts about it you can watch. I mean, the closest thing you can do is get on one of the free group calls and see for yourself. But it's just been awesome this last big end of the year push to see so many guys going out of their way to getting on calls, to sharing, their testimonies and explaining what Uncaged has done for them, but not only what has Uncaged done for them, but what can they do for the other person. Like, genuinely wanting to do their best to making sure that the quality of the men in the group is at its peak performance, is as strong as it can be. Understanding that at some point they're going to need the group just as much. That's the beautiful thing about the way we've created this, is that we believe that the power is in the collective group, right? And that the better that we all are individually, the better we will be collectively. And the better that we all are collectively, the better we will be individually. We're literally leveraging and manipulating the law of averages that says, you know what, it's okay. It might not be my day or my week or my month. Like, I might be the one that needs that group, that law of averages of the group, selfishly to pull me up. But then my responsibility, my loyalty to the community is that when I am up, I'm doing everything I can to pour into the group to help bring the average up. Because as long as the law of averages continues to grow and I'm a part of the average, naturally I progress as well. So it's just been this beautiful camaraderie built inside of this ecosystem where I might not be able to help myself right now, but I can help my fellow brother. And knowing that on the backside of that, that comes back around to me tenfold. And again, showing up and opening your mouth and a closed mouth doesn't get fed, but also just this whole journey that people go through when they come in, they introduce themselves, they get vulnerable, they are transparent, they're honest about what's happened, to see them start to grow. It brings a smile to my face because, I was actually telling this to a free group guy I was talking to in the gym today. And it makes me so excited because they don't see it now. Because they're in that deep, dark hole that they don't understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. They can't even see it. But I just get so excited because I know that because of the power of this group, that there's other people that are helping them, that have been through it, will go through it, or are going through it, to pour into them. Because at one point, that member went through that shit not having someone like us to pour into them, to be there to support them, to be that listening ear, to be that accountable brother. And so they are offering, members, both in the VIP group and the free group, are offering the opportunity. They want the opportunity to help you. But we don't know what you're going through if you don't open your fucking mouth. But it's just such a beautiful thing because now that we've grown to this size and we have members that have been through all this shit, and I'm telling you, there's not a story that I've heard that has scared any of us away. And so it's just so cool to see these guys. And it's just, it almost feels disrespectful to just kind of smile when they're talking about this like horrific situation that they're in. But you start to smile because you start to see these like puzzle pieces getting put in place. You get to see the gears working not only in their minds and their brains, but their lives. And you start to see this transformation where they start to pull themselves out of that deep, dark hole. And you know that they are eventually going to pass the baton because they've now had someone there to help them through that situation. And that story is theirs. And that story is theirs to tell. And that story is there for someone else to relate to. And there will be someone in their future that is going through the situation that they were going through, that at one point in time they thought they'd never make it through. They thought they would never survive. They thought that they would never amount to anything because of that situation. And here they are on the other side of that predicament, being able to reach out an outstretched arm and pull another motherfucker out of it. That's what's fucking awesome about this crew. That's what's incredible about surrounding yourself with other like-minded men that give a actual fuck about you. Whether you're a complete goddamn stranger or not, they're here because they fucking care. Those VIP members show up on the free group calls because they fucking care. They don't get paid to do it, but there's something internally that they get paid with. They get paid with validation and laws of attraction and laws of reciprocity, knowing that someone at some point, whether they did or didn't help them, they now have the responsibility and the opportunity to give someone else what they wish they had. And that's what's awesome about this group. And that's why I still go out of my way to do as much as I can to make sure that information like this is accessible to as many people as possible. Yeah, man, end of the year goals coming up quick. We have, 20 more days. We have 25 more days to hit this goal, and we need 79 people to raise their hand and say that they want to take their life into a new direction, that they are going to do what they need to do to commit themselves to a group. It may not be Uncaged. I would love for it to be because I'm convicted about it. I believe in it. It was Zig Ziglar that told a story one time. He said he called his friends back when he had this huge thing that was coming out. And he said, hey, man, hey, friend, I'm calling you not because I want to close you on this, not because I'm trying to sell you anything, but I'm letting you know this is what I'm doing. And I wanted to give you the respect of saying this now because a year from now, I don't want you to come up to me, bro, you're crushing it, you're killing it. Why did you never call? He said, this is me calling you. It doesn't have to, you got to pick up the phone first, but then you got to answer the calling second. I'm not trying to close you on anything. You won't find us cold DM and you hard closing you or pressure selling you. If this is something you're attracted to, if you want us, we want you. We're not going to beg you to join. We're not going to beg you to stay. There's no commitments. Cancel any time, and you spend more money on DoorDash than you do in this. If you're ready to take your life into the next level and let this next year be better, different, and more supportive than this current year, this is your chance for this new year, new me bullshit. Don't wait till January 1st. Start now. The best time to plant a tree was 30 years ago. Then second best is now. Stop putting it off. Don't wait till Monday. Don't wait till the first of the month. Don't wait till the first of the year. The time is now. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're going to continue pushing this off, you're going to continue pushing your dreams off. If you want to continue to stay in complacency, you will stay in complacency. It's up to you to take extreme ownership of where you are now and reflecting on the fact that you're in a situation trying to do the same thing and expecting a different outcome, the definition of insanity. Or you're at a position where you've done what you could to get to where you are, but you think that continuing to do the same thing is going to project you to the next level. It's not. Maybe it's not VIP. I don't know. It's $97 a month. There's literally no risk. Hop in, try it. If you fucking hate it, I'll give you your money back. We don't want someone that doesn't want us. There's a probationary period to just make sure that you're the quality person that we care about. We want to make sure that you're our people, which really is just dedicating yourself to becoming 1% better daily. It's nothing crazy. We're here to surround ourselves with like-minded men that has everything to do with your mindset and nothing to do with your bank account or assets under management, this, that, or whatever. We're here to provide you with a tool that will change your life. Access to 20 other like-minded men at any given time, 3 in the morning, 3 p.m., 6 in the afternoon. You have access to men all over the world, all different work schedules, all different time zones, all different levels of availability at any point to be able to get immediate feedback on shit that you fucking need help with. Weekly roundtable calls, weekly expert calls, access to quarterly retreats, biannual regional meetups. I could go on about the value in Uncaged. But if you listen to this whole fucking episode and you're not at least interested in a conversation about it, then honestly, you're not the one for us. But if you are, ask the question in the group. Reach out to me. Reach out to any other VIP members, and I guarantee you we will give you availability where we will go out of our way to clear our schedules to sit down and have a conversation with you and just simply explain what this group has done for us. Guys, I hope this meant something to you. Even if you don't join VIP, there is someone out there that needed to hear this episode so that it could change your life. This entire episode, all the editing, the studio, this, that, whatever, it was all done for you. So I hope this meant something to you. If it did, please let me know. Let one of the VIP members know. Share it with a friend that might be going through the same thing that you're dealing with, because that's what Uncaged is about. Whether you stay in the free group, there's no obligation to join VIP. We just want to see you win. Guys, I hope this meant something to you. If you need anything from me, please reach out. We'll see you inside.